welcome. Wow. You can definitely tell I've been out here in the rain. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Just allowing everyone to drop in, allowing this to connect in, clearing my space of all the cobwebs and everything. Goodness gracious. My hair. Can oh, you can tell my hair. I got wet. I've been out in and out of the rain and all the good stuff. So, welcome everyone. Just getting everything set up here. Really wish I had a brush. I would love to hear from those that are here. If you can type, I don't know. I know some people aren't able to from their phone sometimes. But I would love to hear from those that are able to, just to see who has dropped in. And also let me know how the video is coming through, if you're able. I would love to hear if it's clear, if the video is clear. Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm ready now, you guys. Okay. Aurora, welcome, beautiful. I keep wanting to reach for my rattle as a brush and be like, ah, let me brush my hair. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just letting everyone drop in. It's been storming here, and I was out walking. It was raining. Felt wonderful because I believe the heat index here today is 103, 104. It's going to be 111. No, today. Anyways, it's hot. It's hot. It's really hot. So, feeling calm, doing facial release. Yeah, okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. I love hearing that. The facial release. The video goes fuzzy, then it's good. Okay. Let's hide that. So, I hope that it is able to stay somewhat clear for you guys and remain somewhat stable and clear. Being in the middle of the woods, it's a bit difficult to keep it fully clear. So, sound is good, we're good. Hopefully the video will be good too, but you know, we'll just let that video go as good as it can. So welcome. You guys, for those of you that are normally connected with me, of course, I'm sure you have the awareness that I have not been as active in my offerings. I have not been as active on social media. I have not been as active, period, even in responding to people. And simply because there is a great pause that's happening. It's a great stillness. It's always there within me, obviously. We can go into the heart and be connected into the great still lake. But I'm feeling this anytime, especially leading up to portal dates and in between, there's an opportunity for us to understand what is happening, what the reconstruction is through us. And I know you guys have heard this through me in speaking into this, you know, a dozen times already, but it's something that is going to be expressed momentarily here. And that is that when we are consistently overextending our energies, we don't really have an opportunity to understand ourselves. Even if we're in a group and we're receiving, depending on what that contract is, we could actually be depleting ourselves of energy, which I don't know if many people are actually aware of that, because the contract of whether you're offering or whether you're receiving, your contract is within yourself. And that contract is merely reflected through the contract you also agree upon within a group space. So you are either able to step into a place of expansion or depletion. And when we're undergoing transformation and we're transitioning, especially between portal dates, there is always an opportunity for us to release any outdated contracts. And this has been the biggest overriding aspect of everything that's here, is the release of contracts, releasing of where our energy was maybe agreed to be received, but is no longer resonant. Looking at the contracts, what was the reason? Why did I make the choice? What was it that was there for me that I myself am not already receiving? Or what am I, if you really fill into the choice, you realize that the choice itself holds everything. It holds the entire experience of every exchange that you will have through that choice. And all of this is coming forward right now because as we step into journeying and playing, as we step into the womb, the portal point, there's an invitation, as always, to look at what you are choosing and why you are choosing it. Even as we step into the playtime, my invitation is going to be an invitation of choice. How are you choosing to receive yourself? How are you choosing to experience this exchange? And why? 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 The choice, the why is really what is here for you. That would be the why. What is here for you? We are at a major point of reclamation. We have these sub points of reclamation, but right now, and this is again why I feel the eternal children are very much here, and I want to reflect the eternal children as I feel and experience these energies. They're not physical children. They are the echoes of creation that are free. They are the sounds, the music, the symphony of being free. I feel like as a collective, we have held on to a definition of children or inner child from a place that is lesser than, that's naive, that basically plays small and enters into spaces from a place of neediness, and we claim that to be inner child. We say our inner child is playing with other inner children. But I can also feel the echoes of that also coming from a place of neediness, feeling like we still don't belong within ourselves, and therefore we belong within a group. And if we belong within a group, then we're safe and we can play. As we step into this journey, I would invite you to allow yourself to witness the truth of your inner child, which is merely a shape-shifting hologram that journeys, that it ventures, that has form, that doesn't have form, that is free. It does not need anything, and it does not seek anything. It is actually the child, the mother, and the father collectively. And therefore, it can shift between whatever is necessary for the soul in the now moment. Sometimes that is playfulness. Sometimes that is embrace. Sometimes that is support. Sometimes it's all three collectively combined. So I'm going to ask you to just join me in just a moment, just right now, taking a moment and asking this question to yourself, laying the foundation of your experience. What is here for you? You made the choice to enter into this exchange right now. You are guided here energetically. I would like for you to fill into that. 1111. I would like for you to fill into that. Honoring your sovereign self. Honoring your agreement of this exchange. And laying the foundation of your experience. You are setting the stage for how you are going to experience without need, without necessity, but allowing the experience to be free. And as you are doing this, allowing yourself to feel in the heart, not stopping at the physical, but expanding outwards. Allowing the vision of the choice to be the embrace of the experience. You see, this entire incarnate realm, this entire planet, it is built upon choice. Free will choice. There is nothing that happens here by mistake. There is nothing that happens by coincidence. Everything is by design, and that design is based on choice. What are you choosing? And why? What is the integrity? What is the intention behind the choice? You see, we are, as everyone is aware, and you've heard me express it many times, we are ascended masters. And our ascended mastery comes in many template forms. And in this realm, we are understanding how to master sovereign free will and choice. Therefore, our path, it is either going to be intentionally made around conscious choices, or we are going to be continuously led and guided by the mind, which makes choices simply because it can, or because it's in defiance of, meaning we are actually turning away from our mastery. That's what defiance of means. We will say, I am doing this because my voice is being heard and I am expressing my voice from my power. Therefore, I am going to pick and choose how I connect, which is true, It is true. But are you doing it because you are in defiance of? Because you feel like you need to be in that point of expression? Are you speaking from a place of reclamation? Allowing this to come into the heart and receiving it, honoring that you are a master of choice in this realm. And you are here to master choice. And when you understand where your choice is coming from, you understand if it's resonant or dissonant. I would invite you now to just take a deep breath. Honoring your path of mastery, honoring your path of choice. Feeling the presence of the eternal aspect of you, that of the child, that of the mother, that of the father. And what does it mean for you to be free? What is here now for this collective point of mastery? Sovereign understanding of choice. This is why this is expressed in this now moment. Sovereign understanding of choice. We can view choice from many angles. From sovereignty, we are free. I would invite you now as we begin to step into and through our sovereign free will choice to expand within the heart, to begin finding your flow of resonance, dialing into your central pillar of light. And as you are present within your central pillar, anchored into your sovereign choice of receiving, and feeling how you begin to expand within. When you ask the choice, what is here for me? And you receive the response, allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to experience it, to ingest it. And this leads us now into the path of experience of sovereignty. The choice of free flow and the structure of consciousness, which allows us to be in the presence of our source self, the eternal child, the eternal mother, the eternal father. Calling in and requesting connection through the eternal octaves of creation. And calling in the angelic seraphim support system, the supporting octaves of light, those of the divine design, the construct of eternal playfulness. I invite you now to dial in to these lines and to feel the presence of your resonance, your signature, where you are receiving yourself through. Takai shukurkai shindayasake tai 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 tai. Tak urk a tuk utak 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 ut. And just feeling feeling how your energy begins to align. Feel how your energy begins to align to the sovereign resonance of the eternal lines. Requesting and inviting each of you to please declare, I accept, I receive. As we dial into the magnetic lines, Maria Sia Taresia Korean Arisa Tatatai Arisa Tatatai Arisa Tatatai Arisa Tatatai Arisa Suku ya Tatatai Tatatai Tatatai, and feeling how your heart is guiding you. Feel how your heart is guiding you Niaru shikia kuria. Shikuria. 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 Suk tuk 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 tuk. Shoo. Takai shuturku. And finding your anchor point. Nariya sukuruku. Shoo. 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 Maria Sukuria te yasekete urukush. As we prepare for all anchor points and all entry points through gateways, portals into the eternal womb, we first enter through the heart. Allowing the investment of time and awareness to be guides. When we invest our time, we do not rush. Allowing ourselves to energetically align to where we receive ourselves in higher frequency, higher dimensionality. Dialing in. The eternal children are here to guide in the frequencies, to understand how to journey and how to play within the ranges of higher dimensionality. And through this process, we understand that we don't always need a message. Thank you, Shauna. That we don't always need to do. We are here to exist and to play through the presence of our eternal existence. Calling in tuning forks from the fifth dimensional astral etheric, planetary cosmic. Calling in crystalline compounds from the fifth dimension, seventh dimension, astral etheric, planetary cosmic. My invitation is for you to dial in and to feel your connection using light, using sound, tones, to anchor into the crystalline compounds. Surutu, 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 sud, 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 su, 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 sud. Kuriatia siatarka euriataya taya 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 taya. Taku. Yana nanamaraki. 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 Na. Ay, marki, tarki, 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 tarki. Tarki, 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 tarki. Feeling the presence of the Lyran Star Mothers. Tarkutai, 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 tarkutai. Oriatokai, oriatokai, utuya, utuya, utuya. And as we enter in, tarkutai. Ariatasia, kurkutashia, tarkutekitia, tukutaku. Nadia sukataya, sukutaya, 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 sukutaya. Rukushia, karkite, sukurk. Ah, sh, 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 sh. We have the prism of Lyra. Kuriatia, sikate, urk, ushia, ari. Markutukushia, tak, ar. The Lyran Star Mothers, the prism of Lyra's sisterhood. Dariatukur ish. Burk, urk, ark, 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 urk. And just feeling all the different interconnections, the different weavings of tones and dialects. And I'm hearing like a child in a shop of candy and toys. If you allow yourself to play within the tones and the dialects, it is the exact same thing for the eternal child. Allowing yourself to journey, to feel, to play, to experience, and to feel what each one is through you. When the tone is expressed, it is reverberated. Yes, Shauna, thank you, beautiful. I simply, just those that are attempting to just post and just place words out there and just are like, I don't really know what's going on, so let me just let me just troll, let me just put words up there. I honor, because it is also an attempt to understand by projection, which is why this is offered as a collective gathering. Is there will be those that dial in that are not aware, and I appreciate all that you are expressing. I knew that when you said that, Shauna, I knew that's exactly why it was being expressed. I thank you, my love. I thank you, my love. Thank you, Irene. I love you both. I love all of you that are here and present. Aurora, everyone. I don't know if Cindy showed up, but all of those that are here, that are joining. Yes, Cindy, yeah. So I love you. My invitation now, as inner children, just allow yourself to play, my dear. What we are doing is we are connecting into higher ranges of consciousness, higher dimensionality. So what you are hearing is just a pure expression of tone and vibration without the need to understand. So if you would like to join in, just close your eyes and receive. Welcome, Olivia. Just close your eyes and receive. It is like a meditation. It is like a meditation. I can't remember who is Love Light Dance. I know who is that. I know that's one of our soul family groups. Yes, but you are also the medicine. So just allow yourself to have the fun and the experience without needing something to be the guide. Lori, there. Yes, beautiful sister. So you are the medicine. And just like a journey that shrooms provide, an expansion of consciousness, We do this by expressing tone and vibration. Tone and vibration is the same, except it is free. Free with, I love microdosing, it's amazing. But allowing yourself to have the experience without needing to understand, just receiving it and see how it feels. Okay? All right. And as we journey deeper, as we prepare to enter into the cosmic womb where there is all things yet to be born through us, on the cusp of the Lionsgate portal, the message is rebirth. You are so very welcome and thank you. Thank you for stepping into a place of saying, okay, I would like to join in truly. I'm just not for sure what's happening. So thank you. I honor your voice and thank you. I am super grateful. We are already in a place of expanded consciousness right now, taking this opportunity to invite everyone to dial in. The Lionsgate portal is always about rebirth. The rebirth that is taking place through different lines of experience. Everyone has chosen to receive themselves and to experience the Lionsgate portal in a way that was aligned for them, as we always do. Some of us have been drawn to the land, some of us have been drawn to mountains, some of us have just simply been drawn within ourselves. The sisterhood of the Lyran Council, the Prism of Lyra Sisterhood, the Lyran Star Mothers are assisting in this rebirth, not just because of the gateway, but right now we have Lemurian, Atlantean, Arcturian, and Andromedan lines, which are highly distorted through the projected collective. Meaning, there is still an intake of information that is being projected that is not allowing for the full reconstruction through pure tone. Lyran avian frequencies. I am expressing purely from tone and frequency, free from collective identification or beliefs of what these names hold. These are simply ranges of consciousness. These are the ranges of those star systems that are within a certain frequency, a certain vibration of experience. The name that we have given them is still somewhat limited. I'm inviting you now to open yourself, free yourself from any preconceived notion that you have or any belief that you have held of what these names mean. I know that we've all been a part of collective offerings and gatherings, and even in this now moment for myself, I am expressing this from what is here and what I am aware of as well. To cleanse the tones, we must also free any projections. We must not place projections on what we think these are or are not. If you'll take a moment, I'm definitely feeling some major heart expansion from this. Each of us have inherited lines that are being projected, and we have lines of inheritance that are pure existence. I would like for you to take a moment and feel into where you may be holding on to lines of projection. I'm definitely feeling this in the wing space, where many have just simply not been able to rise into perception or experience because they are being held into the anchor of projection. Now, projection is not a bad thing, okay? I would like for everyone to just please release any shame or guilt that is held around that word projection. This is what the human intention is. The human is to project. That is the experience of the illusion. is to project belief and understanding. To project belief and understanding. Yvonne, welcome, beautiful. So if we release the belief and the understanding that we hold in connection with these words, they are free. They are just simple tones, vibrations. It doesn't matter what lifetimes you held there, and it doesn't matter what your title was, and it does not matter. That does not matter. Activated rememberings through golden lines are simple, pure experiences of feeling, not titles, not roles, not jobs. And if you allow yourself to feel where you have been held captive through projections without shame or guilt, we all project. Thank you, beautiful Aurora. We all project. We do it so unconsciously that we actually end up blocking ourselves from seeing it. A projection is simply an inherited belief that we continue to offer. We will no longer project when we are in sovereign tone, when we are not inheriting that which we hear through others and that which we experience through others, but we inherit through the divine pillar of union, that of our soul, that of our sovereign source self, that which is us. Just like here, as I'm expressing what I feel in tone, I am not expressing what you need to believe or what you need to do or a location or an anchor point that you need to go to. It is a simple invitation for you to feel. The lines of Lemuria and Atlantis are just simple lines of experience. A lot of these lines are being held captive as they are an attempt to collapse and unify. They are being held captive because there are continual projections through the collective and through individuals that are declaring this is what it is, because this is what I know and this is what I understand, which is beautiful. That is wonderful. This is honored. The rebirth of these lines does not come from the past life. The past life is the past life. In order for the past life to be inherited into the present now, it must be reclaimed without identification. It must be free. We are not here to recreate these lands. These golden lines experience, the golden lines of experience and the existence of Lemuria and Atlantis and the golden lines exist. The lines of destruction and chaos, which are being reclaimed, must be reclaimed through order, that of pure tone, and that of freedom, without identification and without the need to fix. We are not here to fix the planet. The lines that have destroyed themselves through choice are being inherited into order by freedom and sovereignty. Sovereignty. Another projection. Another word that is being projected. Many believe and understand sovereignty based on what others have expressed, but they themselves have not yet felt or understood. Because they themselves have not continuously stood in their voice, not a voice of defiance, not a voice that is saying, you need to understand me, And you need to understand that this is what I need. That is defiance. The place and being of light, of sovereignty, is an expression that declares the choice that I made is no longer aligned, therefore I no longer choose it. I reclaim it. And any anchors of energy that are still moving into that choice point, I call back in and I reclaim. And in the process, I look into the mirror and I face all that is being reclaimed. I do not defy it and I do not deny it. The planet, we do not need, our grid work is not to fix the planet. We do not do the grid work to fix. Gridding is pollinating through presence and tone. The tone. And whatever you express reflects your tone. The words do not matter. The people do not matter. It is the tone in which the words are carried on. It is the tone in which the mirrors of self are reflected upon. And as we enter the womb of creation, this declaration was a necessary stepping point into experience. The new earth is born through us. We do not go into the old earth to fix it in order to birth it. We do not go in and fix the plates. We do not go in and fix the land. We inherit, we unify, and we birth through the heart. Maria Sukur India Kai. We are here to master sovereign free will choice. This is a realm of choice. If our choice is simply made for the sake of, just because I have the money and just because the people are there and just because I can and just because I need the experience and just because, we move away from sovereignty. It is not that is not a wonderful experience. In the sovereign path, we exist as the presence, and those whom are aligned to our tone come into and exchanged within. We do not need to extend ourselves for the sake of an experience. All experiences come from the choice. As soon as a choice is in front of you and you have opportunities, yes, Aurora, and you have opportunities that flow into your awareness. When an opportunity catches your awareness, you are meant to honor your sovereign free will choice and ask, what is here for me? We say we sit with it, but what are we really sitting with? Are we really viewing why we are choosing? Are we choosing from a place of true sovereignty? Are we feeling the experience? Because the choice is all the experiences that are had on that tone. As soon as you are faced with a choice, you feel the experience. And the path of least resistance. If for you, the need to receive is the path of least resistance, it's going to feel good. Light magnetic lines are not what we are used to. It will not feel very comfortable at first. As you ascend in tone, there is a choice to step out of comfort into higher, which means no longer choosing the same way. You do not rise in vibration just simply because you are receiving new information. The electric lines are lines of the old. The lines of projected information. The lines of illusion. This is why that of the electric magnetic planet, that of the electric magnetic body, this is the connection point between mind, body, planet. You have a choice of which you inherit. Light magnetic lines are still being born through. The path of sovereign choice is a path of continual ascension through the magnetism, the polarity of the inward channel of light. It is a path of mastery. Meaning, yes, everything is love and everything is light, but you are continuously facing and making choices which pull you away from what you are used to and what you are comfortable with and what you are used to agreeing to and the expressions that you are used to putting forth, bringing you into a higher tone of declaration and a higher tone of I am. Your I am is your existence. And if your I am has been continuously defined by another's voice, is another's voice, by your connection with them in hopes of you getting your voice out there. You connect with others so that you have a hope of meeting others, connecting with others. Therefore, the funnel is tainted. You are the funnel. You are the conduit. You are the star. It is your voice and your light that magnetizes. It should never be another person's voice and light that proclaims on behalf of you. You do not need another to place you into a position of receiving. You are activated through tone and master tone. The receiving and the exchange should always and ever come from a place that can guide you into higher master tone, which is going to ask all of you, not just a piece of you. If you're only asking a piece of yourself, then you're also only extending a piece of you into connections with pieces of others. And now we will prepare to switch the tone. Solidifying the receiving of this truth. Thank you. Always beautiful how everything flows. Please take a deep breath. It's okay, my dear. If people would like to troll, that is their responsibility. They bear the weight of their own projection. You're right. I'm not on Wi-Fi. But that's what happens when you assume. Please take a deep breath. Allowing the truth to flow through the heart, paying no attention to all energies that are not aligned. Just take a deep breath, close the eyes, release yourself from the comments, release yourself from those that are seeking, including yourself. Come into the heart as we prepare to enter the eternal womb. My invitation now is for you to set the intention, setting the intention for how you choose to receive yourself and how you choose to feel and what you choose to see. allowing your sight to be inward. You do not need to see me, you only need to hear me. Calling all of your energy into the heart. You do not need to see me. You can see all that is necessary from within the true sight, which is inward. Paying no attention, investing no energy, as it is not necessary and needed. As we move forward, we will be all inward, no need to concern with comments. Unless it is just where you feel called. If you would like to share, I am always and ever inviting and welcoming this. Just declaring if you feel called to connect or correct someone. And I appreciate you standing in and stepping in. But honoring that as I stand in my light is an invitation for you to stand in yours always, recognizing that those energies that are not aligned will simply fall away. It is okay. Let me take a deep breath, preparing for the full range of feeling. Well, full range of feelings already here. It's just going to intensify. Opening the gateway. Please requesting everyone declare I accept, I receive. Opening the gateway. Requesting access through the eternal womb. This gateway is quite large in birth, as magnetic lines are. We receive a lot through magnetic lines. We integrate a lot. Therefore, we are not meant to be consistently active or consistently activated. Magnetic lines come in waves. Toning and tuning. Calling your awareness to the Earth Star. That is right below your feet for those that are not accustomed to tuning in. Tuning into the Earth Star portal, allowing yourself to feel your grid lines. Your grid lines are where you are consistently pollinating. It is also your inheritance of the planet. When you are in tune, when you are dialed in, you receive yourself in waves of planetary experience. Calling in all energies that are here to reflect and support as mirrors of planetary inheritance. Tones of Melchizedek. Telosian. Arcturian. Remembering we are inheriting Bacteria. These planetary Arcturian lines. As we go into the womb of creation and we inherit the cosmic purifies the planetary. And this happens through intention and choice. Allowing yourself to honor the choice that what you are receiving is automatically integrating by where you are choosing to receive. Your perception is your pollination. You do not need to project a belief, but just receive. You will continue to unlock that which you have inherited through your master choice points. Anytime you ascend into a master choice point, you pollinate. This realm is about mastery. We are here to master the choice. That is also our graduation from this realm. We talk about mastery of the human. That is the mastery. Master choice. That is how you ascend. And you are reclaiming choice points that you have inherited that were not aligned to the divine union of this planetary ascension. You purify by simply allowing. Steph, my love. By simply allowing. Shifting. Romashiakiri, Rendekeru, Matakuriatikeru, Matakuriatikeru, Matakuriatike, Matakuriatike, Markudike, 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 Marku, tick, 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 Markur, 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 Markur. Feeling and solidifying within the Earth Star anchor point. Welcome to the pollinator crew. You are here to exist. You are not missing experiences by choosing differently. You just simply unlock a new range of experience through you. Allowing yourself and using this moment as an invitation to feel your magnetism through the Earth Star. Your magnetism through the Earth Star is the line that was now called up and inherited through your choice, through the octaves of expression that I am here by choice to bring through. Together, unified, we are each in signature resonance, but unified through the Earth Star inheritance. Allowing yourself to feel and witness the magnetism, the anchor. Rising into the heart. From the heart, we will flow through and rise. Again, I will have you to declare, I accept, I receive, requesting access to Heart Star, Portal, Rise, octaves, of the Eternal, the Child, the Mother, the Father, the Eternal Witness. As we prepare to move into the womb of crystalline creation, I would like everyone to also witness as we come into the heart, this is the rose. The rose has been quite watered down through identification. A rose is simply a rose. It is nature's creation. It is source's creation. It is simply a rose. Allow it to be free. The representation of the rose and the reference point to the heart is simply the opening of the heart. It is simply the multi-hued, multi-petaled, multi-mirror heart. As you open and expand within the heart, as you unify through the heart, the heart is the initiate of consciousness. It is the birthing portal for New Earth. It is not the information lines. You're not born through what you know. You are born through that which you perceive and that which you choose. In each master point, you are reborn again. Another petal, another opening, another higher point of activation. This is the rose order. The true rose order is the unification of soul, mind, body. This must take place before any rise and initiation can happen, the beginning stages at least. Before you can access your golden lines, you must access a certain level of unified master points. Kia tarakia kuya 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 ra ma ra ma ra ma ra ha 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 ra ma ha ha ra ha 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 ra ma ha 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 ra ma sa ha 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 su suya 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 su suya 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 su tarakitiku tarakitukutuku. I like that. You know what you perceive. Marikiteshu tarkiya 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 ti 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 ti. Tarki 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 tarki. Tarki tarki tarki. Tarki tarki. Ah ah ah. Heart star anchor. Tarkati 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 tarkati. Ta ta ah. So just allowing and taking a moment to feel that opening of the heart. Calling in the gateway for the highest I am. This will be your rise through wherever you are in perception and master point. Everyone is at a different level of perception. You will rise as high as you have chosen, not as high as you believe. You will rise as high as you are and that where you have chosen to come into. And I would allow this to be an invitation to always, always be on a path for choosing to be in an exchange to rise higher. Requesting access to the eternal womb, preparing to open the portal to the octaves of creation, to the that I am. Please declare I accept, I receive. I am Marakiri. Maras, Mad, 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 Marabasan, na, sa, na, sa, na, sa, na. Rambarki, shatak, shatak, shatak. Rukuya, tia, 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 tia. Narikitaki, sukatiti, torititi, 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 torititi. Ti, 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 ti. Rising. Arakate, 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 arakate. Marikutukate, 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 marikutek, tik, 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 tik. Ma, ah, 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 ah. Kinderia sakai, matakori shikinde, ruku, 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 rushimbaku, tuku, 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 tuku. As you are called forth into the crystalline womb, you are bare in your sovereign form. You are no thing. You are not the title. You are not the priestess. You are not the gatekeeper. You are not this or that. You are just pure creation. And in the crystalline waters, you are born not from the words that you know, not from the progress you have made. For that is beautiful, but that is already a part of you. In this now, what are you choosing? What are you creating through choice? What are you choosing to perceive simply for the sake of, or are you choosing to stand tall in your light, proclaiming that you are your sovereign source self, and this is your creation? It feels good for the mind to receive the words. Yes, it does. But what if there were no words? How would you understand your existence in this realm? How would you understand the incoming frequencies of light? How would you know them if no one had told you? If you were never given the words, how would you know yourself the right path? If you had not been introduced to those that hold a higher reference point, and not a reference point of vibration or frequency, especially if your viewpoint is not anchoring into feeling, but simply into how much you can receive, how much knowledge, how many people, how many experiences. If there was not an opportunity for you to inherit the data, how would you know? Now is the time to view yourself as the no thing, the freedom that lies within this space. The one that has no books, that has no exchanges with teachings. How do you know? If those people, if those extensions, if that information was no longer available, then what would you have? Do you feel that you would have all that you need? Or do you feel a sense of loss? That will tell you where you have been choosing. And the invitation is to please be honest with yourself. Feel if you have been holding on. Feel if you have been clinging to. From this crystalline womb, there's an opportunity to step into your born again. Not simply just because it is done, for it is. But stepping forward from this birthing pod, if you will, you are only and ever truly born if the choices you make uphold that place that you have chosen to be created through, created within, and created as. Everything in this realm is a reflection of choice, which choice is a reflection of perception. Let us now inherit those lines, understanding that it is not just a one and done, it is a continual process of inheritance. As we inherit the star lines. And as we inherit the star lines, we allow them to anchor into the heart, to kiss the breath between the earth and the no thing, honoring that the space between is always the heart. Being heart-led does not mean following suit. It means standing within. As we prepare to bring this all into through our awareness, my invitation is to allow yourself to view yourself, the truth of what you are, the truth of who you are based on what you have chosen, not that which you think based on the words you have received, not what you have been told you are, not what you have perceived based on what you have been told. Your higher self will never tell you what you are. Your guides will never tell you. Your higher self will merely reflect, because you are that which you choose in this realm. And our remembering does not come from another telling us what we are. We hold everything that we need within. We remember by feeling. The feeling is the guide. The allowing is the guide. All falls in and is received in the divine moment of choice and the divine moment of allowing. So please take a deep breath, allowing yourself to honor that which you have chosen and that which you are inheriting, and honoring that a new choice point is before you, a new point of mastery, allowing your inner child and the rainbow children, the cosmic children, those playful tones of inheritance, not the naivety. The true eternal child, as stated, is a frequency of freedom. It is a shapeshifter. It is harmonized. And it is actually in no form. As you feel the presence of the no form, It takes form through choice. We bring this all in now through the central pillar. Requesting to anchor. Layering. Marikatai, 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 marikatai. Feeling as we flow into the central pillar anchor, inheriting all that was received. The question as you come into through this awareness, in regards to those that you are choosing as your mirrors of exchange, are you choosing them because you like what you receive? And are you turning away from the mirrors that provide a higher perception that maybe you have been afraid to look at, that you turn away from? Because the path of least resistance is to come into the connection with those that feel good. Which feel good is great. But sometimes our choices are not always about overjoyous or overexcitedness. Sometimes, and most times, our master choices come from a space of neutrality and maybe a little bit of hesitancy, but we must also feel as to why we are hesitant. Is it because it is simply not aligned? Or is it because we are afraid? This must be something that is understood through the self. Something that is not aligned, a connection that is not aligned, it is, it's a full no. And you know it's a full no. Even choices that are divergent feel good. It is up to us to sit with and see why. Why do we feel compelled to invest all of ourselves into multiple places, which we are actually not able to invest all of ourselves? You gotta as we come into the heart, allowing all to come in, to be received. Su, 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 su. Anchoring. Shoo, shoo, shoo. All is anchored. All is activated. All is complete. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for receiving. Thank you for journeying. Thank you for honoring. I'm feeling that before every single one of us, as it has been, are new choices. We always have choices, and every breath that we take, we have a choice. But the biggest one is, where are we extending ourselves and why? Coming upon the 8-8 portal, I feel like there has been this perception, and I will close it with this. Thank you all. I love you. I love you. I love you. That if we are in many places, receiving in many places, many people, all the time, that's how we receive ourselves. The only way to be reborn is to be in a place of reclaiming all, which means not extending all. That is a true reclamation. Even for my group, recently we had a reset. No exchanges. We had silence for like 2 days to have a complete reset, reclamation. Then we regridded. It's a new line. It's a new line of experience. In order for a new line of experience to come in, even for us as a group, we must also join together by choosing and honoring, because every single one of us moved through the master choice point and the reclamation. It's a proclamation. Everyone moved through it. Everyone mastered. Everyone has reclaimed. And in order for this to happen as a collective, it also must be recognized as a collective exchange. So if we do it individually, but we still come into places of exchange that are collectively still exchanging, then we're still exchanging, because that's our agreement. Our agreement is that, yeah, we're still going to go in and exchange. So if the contract for the space is not upholding that agreement, then either that's just simply not a point of reclamation for you in the now moment, or maybe that is an opportunity, but you just have not chosen it. So it was very, very beautiful. It was very, very powerful. And I think it's the first time that that's been integrated in this way for my group space. And it was amazing. And it called us all into the stillness. Even though the exchanges that happen in that space are very powerful and they come from a place of sovereign intentionality, we integrated a new sovereign intention, like a higher intentionality, where when we go to exchange, what are we exchanging and why? What is the intention behind it? Just because there's a group and an opportunity to connect and exchange information all the time, why would you want to be consistently exchanging just because those lines are open? Sovereign intentional choice comes from a place of your heart opens and expresses that which it exists as, not that what it's read or what it understands through the mind, or maybe you just received a page out of a book and you were activated through that and you immediately exchange it. That's just sharing of information. That's a sharing of energetic electric lines. Sovereign lines through the heart are large waves. They come in and you integrate all that you are. You understand it because you've been with it. You haven't been out here without it. You've been in here with it. And you've been with it over time, because that's an investment of energy. Allowing yourself to understand all that you are and express from that space. By being in the silence, being in the stillness, and then coming out of that cocoon and expressing all that you are, sharing the creation, sharing the art, sharing the words. Not just because the words are available and you can, but the words are an expression of tone. Everything and always should, it really is meant to be. We tend to over exaggerate our throat chakra. We post because we have social media. We exchange in individual connections and private messages because we feel connected, because it feels good to connect with soul family. But if you're always connecting, and I say the word always, this even means like consistently throughout the day, maybe not all at once, but if it's consistently throughout the day and you're consistently coming back to it, and you have it to where if you're notified, you're immediately dropping in, then you're basically leaning on the notification or the need of someone else to want to connect with you. And we end up being drawn into that. It's very seductive. If it feels like someone else could need us, if someone else is in need of us, we need to be there to support. It's a very seductive thing. But true support is a frequency. It exists as, and it shows up in divine alignment and intercepts in the moment that the voice is meant to express it. Because just because you can express doesn't mean someone's in the moment of receiving that truth. If the line is truly open for an exchange, it is open for the divine intercept, the vortice, the crossing point. If the lines are continuously being exchanged, it's not honoring the true intercept point. It's just exchanging because you can, because you like to, right? Which is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. I'm not saying it's not about right or wrong. I'm just bringing forth an opportunity for there to be a higher awareness of intentionality of why. What is the intention behind it? And we are actually not here to support each other in the way that we have been conditioned to believe. Our highest support comes based on where we are in our own mastery. That's the highest support. That's the frequency of the planet. That's the frequency of us. This provides the lines of anchoring. This is the seeding of the planet. This is also the harvesting of the soul. And the higher the soul can rise into unity, the higher the easefulness it is for others. So it's I see you and I witness you, my dear. Everything is vibration. Everything. We can communicate with each other without words, but we also must, as we enter into a realm now of available telepathy, people overshare and overgive just simply because they get excited. They're like, oh my goodness, guess what I experienced? I've got to tell you. I've got to share it with you. The oversharing is not honoring sovereignty. That's what I mean by the oversharing. Even when you type something, it's expressing your voice. It's just a different channel of your voice. If you're oversharing, you're inviting everyone into you, and you're declaring, I know this about myself and I need you to know this about me so that you can know that what I am, and so you can understand me. That is an overshare. And because we are in an exchange of active information right now, sovereignty, the word sovereignty, just like unity and purity, gets thrown around. That word is just used by everyone without a deeper understanding. It's being claimed, and then it's being claimed, which means it's being projected if there is not a deeper understanding of it. And a projection is just simply what I think it is. What I think it is, not what I actually exist as, but what I think it is. And everyone, we all move through this. It's a process. It's a process. I speak this because we are in an important interchange right now with the planet and the collective. We have the lines of distortion that are still being projected, and even through the spiritual community, there's a lot of false witnessing. There's a lot of false initiators, false gurus, if you will. And it comes from a place of I know all of this, I know all of this, I know all of this, I know all of this. And in order for you to know what I know, I'll give you a sample, but you got to pay me for the rest. You got to pay me for me to tell you what I know. And not just that, welcome, hello. Not just that, but when we overshare and we overexchange, which is why I've backed away from doing this. I witnessed this myself again recently, where the aspects of my own channeled experiences that I shared were being used as if that person had actually had the deep and the master understanding of it. So, you know, I'm not sharing in that way. I choose not to share my energy in that way. If there's anything that is required for me to express, it's going to come through right now when I share collectively with everyone, unless it's an individual contract of exchange. So I say this because it's very seductive to share what you know. And that's where the lines get all chaotic, and everyone thinks they know what they are, and they think they understand the rememberings, but they're very much caught up. They're very much caught up in the entanglement of these lines of information and words, because we are awakened within ourselves. We are awakened within a vantage point. We are awakened by vibration, by frequency. That's the awakening. It's shaking things up. And if you are consistently choosing to exchange in a way that overshares, because there's, again, that misconception, and I'm going to close on this line. There's a misconception that you guys have heard me refer to it as the false kumbaya, that we must gather, we must share, we must do all of this stuff and bring everything you know and exchange everything that you know, which is great. It allows everyone to introduce and make friends, but if the path and the intention behind the purpose here is mastery, then everything is done from a place of conscious intentionality, not just unconscious exchange, not just for the sake of it. And we are never activated by anything in our physical. Never. There is a physical reference point, meaning a book, a place. It's reflecting, a physical object has a limit of frequency. It can only and ever reflect back to you what you believe, because your environment and everything that you receive in the physical is a direct reflection of what you have projected through your experience. You have called that in. Therefore, by the time it reaches you in the physical, by the time you're in the physical location, by the time you're reading the physical book, you have called it into your field. Therefore, it is simply, at that point, just a reflection. It's not a deepening of an activation. We are never activated by anything in our physical. We might have the physical can reflect to us a point that we ourselves have called in. But if we're looking outside, we're not looking within. And viewing within means being initiated through sound and light wave, by feeling and by releasing perceptions. There's nothing that you need to believe in order to be activated through the plasmic waves. You don't need to believe them. They exist, you exist, and you inherit. So this, everything that a lot of what's here is based on what people believe. And that's how we created the illusion, right? Is based on what we believed, what we were conditioned to believe, the books that we read, the teachings, the inheritance. That was our inheritance of belief. And now our new inheritance is being born through us. And we remember based on reclaiming all that we have projected, reclaiming all that we have experienced, reclaiming all that we have created, so that it can be born into a higher octave. But that can only happen if you're willing to let go, and let go of all the things and all the people and all the experiences that you have attached yourself so heavily to. I'm not saying don't read. I'm not saying don't, none of that. I would never say do or don't. I'm just saying if that's a continual reference point for activation, you have to remember the physical is a byproduct. It's something that you have chosen to inherit, and the new earth is still being born. It's not yet in the physical. Therefore, you cannot be activated into a higher frequency of initiation based on the physical realm. It just isn't possible. So, in terms of understanding purity outside of the word, it's simply a place of releasing and reclaiming. But if you're always and ever stepping right back into the contracts, right back into the agreements with others, right back into the exchanges that feel like, or I'm not saying like ascension into higher initiation feels good, but it's a place where you don't need. It's like the experiences show up exactly as they're aligned to whatever your templates are, however your templates of light codes are. That's the experiences. So you don't have to seek them. You don't have to seek them out. You don't have to seek them just to have the experiences. The experience is here right now. It really, really is. It's here right now. And I understand that there are those that hold those physical experiences more so than others. My invitation is just to allow yourself for a little bit to just experience what it's like, something a little bit different, what it's like to not cling so heavily to the physical, not cling so heavily to the people, not cling so heavily to the apps and the social media and all the other things, like more than a few hours, a few days, a week if necessary. Cleanse yourself. You don't need the connections. The connections are there because you've literally chosen that. So thank you all for receiving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will, this just dropped in really quickly as I close this circle out. When you allow your connections to carry a higher octave of exchange, which means a greater capacity in one exchange instead of 15 to 20 different small exchanges where you're fragmenting yourself and you're just receiving a lot of data, the magnetic lines of exchange hold a greater current. They're a larger capacity, which means you don't have as many people that you're exchanging with in one time. That's how it's meant to be, because you understand yourself in a greater and deeper capacity when you're not overwhelmed by all the different connections all the time. So magnetic lines, again, larger exchanges through smaller groups. Larger exchanges through smaller groups. And some groups remain in connection for longer periods of time. Some are for smaller periods of time, but with greater capacity of exchange. So that's the magnetic line. And the magnetic lines are also, they're not lines of information. We're not, I don't receive, there's no information there. It's not, yeah, that's the best way I can word it for right now. That's the best way. There's not stuff dropping in all the time. It's not even throughout the day. There's moments here and there. And some days there's nothing. Because it's not meant, I'm in a state of integration. I'm not meant to be receiving anything. I'm meant to be experiencing that which I am, not receiving a ton of information or a ton of words. So this is the invitation moving forward. Take what resonates, leave the rest. As always, thank you for receiving everything that dropped in. Thank you for receiving the words, which are carried on the currents of light. Thank you for allowing yourself to feel the words. Thank you for being in the presence Thank you for being in the presence. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm so grateful to be gathered here with you again. And thank you for honoring the pause that I have been undergoing. And I hope that each and every one of you will take a moment and honor that for yourself if it is so calling. Okay, it really, 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 really is helpful to just simply not exchange with anyone. Not exchange with anyone. Not in any way, not in any form. So, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. And until next time, Adonai.